Welcome everyone to today's live stream. Back again. This is number 10 for Solarpunk, and we are going to literally just continue my big project that I started last time, where the project was supposed to be a big massive platform kind of spanning across one of the islands. Turns out you can only build out a certain distance from the edge of the island, and the open space between two sides was not counted as part of the island. So yeah, had to change my plans, but we are on a different island making a big village build out. Hey Jenny and Alexander, BT, thanks for joining in. Yes, actually there's not an update out yet, but they did post a sneak peek announcement 2 days ago for the next update, which the big feature is, again, there's going to be cross-platform multiplayer. So you're not going to have to be tied to, if you're on Steam, your friends that want to play with you have to get it on Steam. It's going to be where you can play between Steam, Epic, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. But part of that is, of course, each platform has its own special things they have to do. So that's coming in the next update. Also, we're getting some new decorations. They're gonna have island map posters. We're gonna have plants that you can catch with the fishing rod, so we're gonna go back to having to use the fishing rod, and decorative flowers to make outdoor areas even cozier. Also, again, we're gonna have roof mounted solar panels. Now this is not like a different roof design, or instead of a roof tile you have a solar panel looking roof piece. This is actually just the solar panels will be mountable to the roof tile, and based on the image, I'm assuming they're going to snap to each roof tile. But it will be sloped roofs, and then we're going to have decorative postcards that you can go and find. So these are collectibles, and then quality of life and stuff like that. So it doesn't say when it's coming out. It just says that it is that's the next update, and they're still working on it. Partly, mostly, I'm sure it is to do with the cross-platform multiplayer, what's slowing it down. So yeah, Timmy, yes, he is here, of course, and we've got jerky today, piece of jerky. Also, you won't see him beforehand, but next week is his birthday, as far as we can tell from what they estimated when he was rescued. So he will be turning 11 next Friday, this coming Friday. So yeah, hey, greetings to you in the Netherlands. Yeah, I don't think the nuclear fusion will be fitting to the theme of it being kind of ecologically friendly. Granted, solar power is ecologically friendly, except for the fact that it is, to create the panels, it's kind of destructive to get the materials. The materials are kind of destructive in the way we have to mine and collect them. Oh, good. He's actually eating the piece of jerky this time. And no, I'm not as well. Fishing in this case, it's not such a big deal, I guess, as long as it's. If I have to do a lot of fishing to get a lot of flowers, that could make a big difference on it. So far the fishing has been just collecting random stuff, and the benefit of the fishing in this game, which is not really fishing, you're not getting fish, you've got a magnet on the end of a fishing line. The benefit of it has been that, you might be able to get a rare item that you otherwise might not have. Instead of waiting for something, you can fish to get it. May actually do some fishing today, just because I haven't tried fishing on the other island that we're building on. It might be worth it to see if I get some more maple saplings from that. But let's go ahead and get diving into the game and wait for OBS to catch up. There we go. Okay, so we are back on the main island. Actually, let me check, because I don't remember doing a repair. And of course, I'm hoping they also fix the bug where when I damage my ship, it doesn't show the damage until I reload the game. I don't get that. It's like, hey, I damaged it, but I can't see that there's more damage till I reload the game. And that's not moving. It's daytime, right? Yes. Yeah. 18 to 0. I mean, it's nighttime. What? Okay, I broke the game somehow. This is nighttime in all technicality, right? Because that is midnight. That is 6 a.m. Well, you know, I don't think there was an update for it, but let me look again. I didn't see that an update had applied. Yeah, August 6th, the sneak peek talking about the next update. I don't see anything for it did an update. But I seem to have broken the game because it's acting like it's nighttime because I'm not passing power to my drones. They're not moving. But it is clearly not nighttime at the moment. So that is a little strange. That can mean one thing and one thing only. The sun has gone supernova. We have a limited time to live. We're going to die. Oh, wait, there goes the drones. No, they're going. Something's acting weird. Because this should be getting dark already. And I mean, literally midnight is showing sunny with some clouds. Yeah, I'm not sure on this. But, you know what? We'll go ahead and let me double check. I think I did recently enough harvest everything since the last time I played. So let me double check it. Yep, okay. You know, I've got supplies at the other island. We'll head back and I'll get my bearings on what I need to be doing. Usually 6 o'clock is when it starts to get a little bit darker. And I know midnight is definitely dark. Yes, that would be nice. I've been thinking of that idea as far as the power lines, you know, the visibility. Toggle on and off would be nice. And maybe specifically when you go up to one of them and say connect, it then toggles the visibility automatically on. And then when you're not placing a connector or trying to connect a wire, it just automatically turns it off. Would be nice. Yes, hopefully they can do that. Or maybe we could get some kind of expansion thing on the wireless power, like a wireless interlinking thing, where it's like, or, you know, you have to do the back end more for the wireless. Like I'm doing power poles to kind of make it work. And I'm trying to make the ones here a little bit fancier, you know, a little more decorative. Now we're starting to get some darkness. Usually it seems like it would go faster than that earlier. Okay, I've got plenty of wood still. I've got this stuff. That's why I didn't worry about bringing it. And you can see I actually have a few extra trees. I did move them over because they were starting to always clip into there. And I've got that one growing. These have not grown in enough. So I am slowly starting to get some more maple trees. And we got this started last time. I'm not an interior decorator. I'm not an interior decorator, so doing the internal stuff is something I feel like we can wait. But I do at least have the crafting table here now through this, so I feel like I want to do more power infrastructure, and going with my idea of I was going to build this side, I think, as the living area. Everybody comes on this side of the island for their homes, and then you go across to the other side of the island for work. For the moment, we'll just run up to the bridge as well. So Jenny, unless you watched the live stream replay, you weren't with us last week, so you missed all this. So yeah, here we are. Power is still going to be up there once everything is kind of linked. And of course, I've got my mining stuff right there. That's cobalt, and then that's stone over there. So Obviously, I need to keep that going. I was kind of thinking is the work area being this side, and then this side being living spaces for people. So you have kind of a divider, you know, in the middle. Everything kind of goes down this middle area, and you've got a path that goes between the two sides. So everybody's just like, all right, time to go work. You know, we'll walk over this way. Some people easier just walk this way, but I feel like dividing the island that way makes it feel a little bit more real, because you know you don't want to be right next to the drills all night trying to sleep. So I feel like I just want to do all the living spaces over here, and that's what we're going to be doing today, is living spaces. Means I guess we'll be bringing in some more power up this way too. I got to figure out how I want to do the placement on these. That should still need to grow a little bit more. If I get up here. You're at the fairgrounds. Right? You had to go take the sheep, show them off. Show your sheep shearing skills, right? Yeah. So that's this power up here in the middle. That gives another nice in the middle cap. I feel like, yeah, just... Plus, this is a lot more steep, like, pathways right here. With more stuff there, so we'd have mining, do like maybe a couple forester drone guys over there, stuff like that. And then in the middle, somewhere down there, I kind of want to do like a granary, a central storage place. I saw that one pop. I saw it suddenly grow in size, so there might be about to get big enough. Somewhere maybe over on this side, like a granary storage area for all the stuff to be stored with the drone delivery there. Because, you know, we want to make life easier for our villagers up here. And this, of course, will expand for more power. Right now, I'm just trying to get the power stuff. Oh, actually, I know what I want to do. I want to do like a power shack. You know, a control shack or something like that. Maybe somewhere up here that has the power panel, you know, to see how much power I'm using. I'm kind of surprised I'm not burning through all my power already with these lights. And then have that kind of be up here where that's, you know, the guy, that's his job. He monitors the power, you know. I don't want to take anything out I don't have to. So we do keep some of that organic, you know, just was already part of the game. Stuff that I can't place. I don't think I can place those exact stones down, but yeah, we're gonna go up this way, and I guess the next spot that would make sense would be like right here off the path. So this is coming out. Scrap Mechanic is kind of one of those. It was a bit of a frustrating game, not to you know, say it's not a good game, but it was a frustrating game, partly because some of the building was done in such minuscule little blocks, and they had some major physics issues in some cases. It was originally done as a creative mode game, and you could tell how the single player part was just slapped on top of it later. I may look at it again, but that's one of those games, it's like you really have to get going in it to really enjoy doing all that building you have to do. So I don't know. That's it's one I've considered looking at again with the update. It's also a case I'm not sure about the update as far as if it's actually gonna, I mean, you know, a game that's been out that long or in early access that long, and then suddenly, you know, a year or so, it was actually almost 2 years with no updates, and they finally have an update. To me, that just kind of screams that there's probably stuff not working right. But you're still going to have, with a game being out that long, some die-hard fans that no matter what the devs get wrong, the fans are going to be like, this is great. Doesn't matter. Either way, they're going to say this is great. And So the reviews may not be the best ones to trust at the moment. Sometimes you do get the people that are complaining about how bad it is. It's just one. I remember it being pretty frustrating at times for certain things. It's kind of like the same thing with Empyrean. One of the reasons I was just kind of like, I played it, it worked great for a while, and then I kind of just, you know, I found other stuff that I liked better. All right, so I ate that way, and then I did 8 by 7. What it looks like. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's good. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, I gotta go a little bit more. I don't want to get too far out on this. So if we're coming up on the path, it makes sense. It would reach to about, I'll go here. And this one, I'm not going to do a porch on the front. I think what I'll do is we'll create a back balcony type of thing for it instead. Because it is at the cliff edge. Why not make use of the cliff edge and have a nice little, you know, look out over the open air kind of thing. So, Polonius! So, Power World also, you know, that's one they both came out full release at the same time. Power World and Scrap Mechanic. And I want to say, I think Power World came out, honestly, during, like, right at the time that Scrap Mechanic did their last real update, and then they just kind of went silent. And then it's, hey, you know, we're working on an update, and then, you know, nothing. Then we're working on this update, and nothing. And then finally we get the update at full release. Which also kind of scares me when you have, like, a big content update at full release. Meaning you really didn't do as much in-depth testing, considering it's an early access game. I mean, like, you know, the forest, everything was pretty much done in the forest at full release, except for the fact that then they changed a little thing on the story, just to keep you on your toes. All right, that'll work. And I'll go ahead and do railings for that. Now, as I got the walls, I think, yeah, I'll stick with these because it gives that consistent type look. Yeah, just to make sure it's that, and of course I'm out again. Okay, yeah, oh, my food. All the trees are fully grown, so I will chop them down, try to get some more saplings. Plus, I'm about to finally break this the diamond axe I somehow duped. Still don't know how I did that. I actually forgot to go and try to find where that happened and see if I can figure it out. Somehow I made a duplicate. Hold on. There. Hopefully they fix the delay on that too with this next update. And there we go. Tell you one game another one I kind of want to play again. And I thought about, like, maybe after Solarpunk I could do that as, like, we'll revisit it as for live streams. Because I really don't feel like doing the videos on it, since it would be... There's cases I literally would fly around for 2 hours trying to find what I needed and couldn't find it. That's just a lot of video recording that does literally nothing. So I thought about doing Forever Skies because we got the new update, and apparently there are new enemies we have to deal with. So, you know, I was like, hey, maybe we could do that. That's a base-ish building game. You build a mobile base. You know, it's a vehicle slash base. You fly around. You gather resources. You try to build out a nice big airship. You do run into some problems based on, you know, building limitations. I'm sure they didn't change because it'd be kind of hard to justify it. But I thought about trying to do that since we did just get the, is it Final Echoes, I think is the name for the big update. I'm just not set on that. So maybe, you know, doing Scrap Mechanic could be a good one to revisit since it is also full release. Just hit full release. You know, Forever Skies has been full release for a while. We just got a new update with a bunch of content for it. Scrap Mechanic, at least there's a fixed map. And Forever Skies is you just keep flying. Keep going. Oh, you gotta go into this biome region. Okay, now keep flying through. Now you're gonna go into this biome region, but I still just keep flying endlessly forever. Nope. Now, got back to finish off this side, and we're gonna get these. May actually try to get a not a drone, but I may get the wood chopper guys. May get them one of those already set up here early, just so I have them producing some wood as well. I should have the supplies for it. Okay, so now that gives me that. Let's see if I can get another one to place right here. Oh, can't see it. Yes, okay. And we're gonna do fencing. Nice little fence railing. Look around. And I'll just, instead of having an awning kind of thing, it'll just be part of the rooftop above. Actually, I probably will take that out. Let's get some glass so I can do windows and such. Makes sense to keep my spare supplies here. Fewer trips back. Alright, so I'm gonna do a door with a window, yeah. And, you know, same thing here. Door with window. Going out onto your little patio spot. I may do a window out here too. Kind of, you know, that comes back to the interior decoration part. So we're gonna have an upstairs. Actually, because I like the added height, so the ceiling's not so close that it is just like it makes the lights not as harsh and brightness if you don't have them as close to the floor. I'm gonna do another half height right there because I did it on that one. For a second, that made it look kind of lopsided because of the angle there. It does kind of make it look like almost the roof is lopsided. Or it did for a second to me. Yeah, so we'll do a half height wall to create the extra separation, which is again helpful for not making the ceiling wireless lights so bright. And then we'll have the roof. Do it. Get it ablaze. That's one problem with the half-height walls is targeting becomes a nightmare because you're basically targeting the wall that you're closest to. Okay. Of course, we gotta go upstairs, so I think I can do that. Do that. Nope, too close. The other one is a straight walk up, and this one, and I made it into a closet space. This one, I do want to kind of go from right here. I might do it as a, like you walk up and you turn. Yeah. Have a fun little variation here. I'll try to keep the aiming consistent. And aim, but that way the alignment doesn't get all squirrely. And welcome back, Jenny. Back. Come up here. We get like a little railing there. I think, actually, no, because we don't want that open. That. And then I need to do the half wall there. Also hope we get stairs that we can have a sealed behind the steps so it's not completely wide open. But yeah, we'll come up like this. Get up there. There. Like that. The upstairs attic style spacing. Go ahead and just see if we can get. There we go. Ah! Yeah, that problem. It all comes down to the fact that the designs for these are not symmetrical. If it was symmetrical, wouldn't be a problem. Alright. Well, getting stuff from these trees, but I could also use probably stuff from the other trees I have there. Yeah, we're gonna take that. So we'll go back so I can clear my drones. Let them get back to harvesting. So let's just kind of get a look at this. So there's that house, and there goes that one. That's good. All right. Then another one in that little spot there. Another one up the hill going towards power. You know, a few little ones. I don't want anybody to be living in like a shack, you know, down by the river. So I want them to have a nice sized house for each one. We're looking like families, not, you know, the lone guy that's sitting over there in a little hut. We want them to be for like family purposes. I guess I need to keep that in mind when I'm, or at least couples, you know. Maybe, yeah, I should have like one house that's got like a separate children's bedroom. We don't have bunk beds. I wonder if I can make a bunk bed thing work. It should work. I think I could do that. I think I got an idea how I can make that work. Okay. Nope. I'm here, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure to clear all this stuff. Yeah, they gotta get that. Good. Yeah, I got some more spare wood going. That's fine. I'll just get rid of the leaves for right now. And yeah, let's put the clay up. That should be collecting from a completely full, I would expect, pair of foresters. So I should go back and get another full batch of wood from the drones. And then I'm going to do these and we'll run through all my plants after I, you know, clear all the saplings, or clear these so I can try to get saplings. And good, always clear my animals so they don't get mad. They don't have a place for their extra truffles and bottled milk. There it goes again. Oh, like just a freeze for some reason. Just random freeze when I change tools. Just gonna do this. Oh, this is a very effective design. I feel like I want to find something a little bit more decorative for when I do the beehive setup at the island, the other island. Something that'll look a little bit nicer while letting me arrange them in a very smooth alignment. One chicken was slacking off. He only had 4 eggs. The other one had 5. Yeah. It's a big greenhouse, yeah. Because I want to have plenty of each plant. Of course, now what's going to happen is we'll get this next update. They'll decide to introduce a new plant. I gotta rethink everything. Now I gotta, like, oh, I gotta reorganize. Rethink how I'm gonna do this because I didn't leave any spare ones. So they'll come up with like one more plant. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. Redesign some stuff. Probably have to add another little space in there for the plant. Just, you know. That's the odds of what will happen. I miss the days of when a game was released, it was released. You know? And it was like, you know, if you wanted the extra content, it was like, here's the DLC. I do appreciate devs that keep giving content for free, but it's still a case of you're adding in something, like some new thing that suddenly changes something. It's like, oh yeah, not DLC, just a new update. New plant you gotta worry about for this new unlock we just did. Great, now I gotta redesign everything, you know? Or I gotta find a new spot to build a separate mini greenhouse just to put this new plant in. I feel like that's gonna end up happening. I hope it doesn't. I expect it. I've had that kind of thing happen in so many games that went from early access to full release, and basically were full release but still early access because it was just non-stop more and more content. As, you know, just adding on to the regular game. Not mentioning like any game in particular. Like Planet Crafter, at least Planet Crafter, they did it as a you know, you got some DLCs, here's a new map, things like that. It's not like, hey, we're going to completely go back and redesign Prime map now and move every resource around. You know, so all your existing saves break. They don't do that. There are devs that do that with their games. I don't like those devs. But, yeah, I just kind of feel like I expect at some point or get something that's going to make me redo my whole greenhouse. But it is big enough to cover every single type of plant currently in the game. And the only one that gets a smaller production amount is cotton. That's only because I decided I didn't want to go too, like, trying to make it fit in the area. I didn't want to go too overly big. If I didn't have the walkthrough on it, if I just did one big singular greenhouse area, I could fit in a little bit more. I like the little kind of breezeway walking path through the middle. Also, I expect at some point, we've got wood harvesting drones. At some point, we're going to get a variation on a gardener drone, horticulturalist drone that you can, you know, you choose each type of plant you want to care for. Like, oh, carrots. Well, you got to provide X number of carrot seeds for it to be a carrot one. And of course, then you just have to worry about more and more power production. Which, you know, if we get that, hey, I'll be fine with that. I can do a nice little setup at the other island for that. I gotta remember, you know, somewhere we're gonna do a greenhouse. I'm not gonna go as big or fancy, and I may add some garden areas. Actually, that's something I do need to add. Something. We'll do some kind of like not greenhouse, but kind of greenhouse areas. With the island over there, and what I'm thinking is like it's covered, but it's not a full like enclosed greenhouse. The idea being we cover it in order to prevent damage by lightning strikes. It's really the key thing there. And I just realized I forgot to try and make some more food. I think that was one of the things I was actually needing to do, is need to make more animal food. I gotta remember that on the next run. We're gonna need to make some fresh animal feed. Okay, that's got all that. Let me get my drone over here. Get another batch. And I ain't worried about the other stuff right now. Yeah, actually, that's, yeah. I got, pretty sure I still have a path down. Let's go ahead and just, because they'll keep working during the night. They got time to fill back up on some stuff, you know, before morning with the drones. Flying drones kick off. That gives me a good amount of wood. And do have this. I'll go ahead and take like that. Probably use a whole bunch. Okay, I got that. And get this. I'm gonna get some glass going because I will be using a bunch of glass. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, and I'm hoping that they fix the backpack expansion thing to work better. All right, so that'll give me that for the next return. I gotta remember, we're gonna do something with the, I think, the fairy lights on the bridge. Feel like they don't require power. I don't have to worry about getting power to it. Just be a nice little decorative light set up for the bridge without it being casting light itself. Just it lights up visually that you see lights. And they're small enough, it probably won't be very visible from a distance. Like it might just now kind of start to kick in. trees may be actually grown again. Fine, but give us some time. We got resources, so I'll just burn through what I have, then we'll chop some trees. Always hoping for some additional maple saplings. Alright, so yeah, come up here. And I think, yeah, this one, what I'm gonna do is create like kind of a, maybe it's part of the roof coming off the edge, have like a small little outdoor garden kind of thing with just the using the hoe to make the little plots instead of actual garden plots. And now I'm thinking about it, let's do a, let's enclose this the whole way up. I'm thinking. Okay, so I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, so we got that, and then this Harry Potter, the kid under the stairs, right? We make that be like, oh, child's bed there. No, I won't do that. I will do like a not build menu. I need to do, we'll do a crafting table under there. Seems like a good spot for like, here's a little work desk kind of thing. Yeah, about like that. Because then I'll through maybe some bookcases or something like that, things like that under there. Yeah, the little storage setup, little mini table. Okay, so that gives me this. Comes up here. Need to finish this part. How high up? I think that's gonna end up being it. Yeah, I do that. Boom. Okay. And let's see, we got that one, same kind of thing. He's got the front, the overhang here. I'm gonna do the overhang like that. I feel like I kind of want to do the same because I don't want the roof to be so tall. It's gonna be the same half height around the edge. Because you actually, once you throw the roof on there, it actually is tall enough you can stand under there very easily. So we'll do like that. All the way around. Like that. Okay. And we're gonna go with that. Okay, then for the outside edge, you can do the full length, which I think for this, I'm going to do that because of the coverage for that part. And yeah, we'll just do that on this side as well. I probably should have made it where I could jump out there. Jump on the actual roof itself, make it a little easier. Alright, but yeah. There is the cap version. I'm going to do that one, though. And then let me go ahead and get the corners. That. Yes, so we get that. I'll just stick with another one. Now, may do. I don't know if I want to do the skylight. Well, you know, skylight would probably work better here, but I don't know if I want to do it on every house. Okay, and then that we go to back to in the targeting thing with the half height being a problem. Let's see. Take that out. Ah, there Okay. I don't like the aspect of having to do the full flat roof up top. I would rather have it sealed in, but I feel like that is just a little too tall because we'll go this, and then you add another one on top. If we get ladders, I would redo this kind of thing where it would be a small attic space with like a ladder to go up. That's what I would do. I'd turn it into like here's a small attic space. Ooh, actually, I see what I did different here. Okay, that's why it's, now I'm realizing it's so much taller. I did it differently there. I think this is how I started, and it was still too tall, so I went lower on the edge. Instead of doing half like this, no, I'll just start on this side. Yeah, this should be where it actually starts, is along the very edge. Like this. And then that is, yeah, how I did it. Yeah, take that out. And then I did this on each corner. Like that. And that brings it in closer. And with this, of course, I come up here. Ooh, that may be a problem. See how that works, because that ceiling height. I may have to move my stairs. I would like an angle adjustment where you have like different ceiling angles, so it can go, it's still sloped, but it goes at a more shallow angle. I feel like that would be useful. You know, we get that in other games. Yeah, we'll have to move. There's that, and there's that. Yes. Oh, that's not going to work. So this is going to come out. And it'll just go to that. I still like the idea. I'm gonna have to move this around. It's gonna go on the back side. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna do it like right here. That way it comes up there, and then that becomes that. That. Okay. Then the half wall, and then the same thing here. Let's do it like this. Can't build it under. Okay, so there's that. And we'll just make it a little bit more of a shallow space there. That goes up. I feel like that needs some kind of support visual. Of course, then that feels like it's in the way. So maybe not. But come up. This. So yeah, you come up here. You turn up this way. Here we go. And we'll just throw in the, well, not that. Actually, forgetting. That. And maybe do that. And then here, we'll do the, railing. Come down, and it's like, yeah. Separates that out. Now we get, oh, not that. Yep. Easier approach. Just go on top of the roof. What happens when you get a roof, done in your house? They don't build it from the inside, they build it on the roof itself. They get out there with their ladders and climb. And I do not put a wall in there, that's fine. Okay, and then, yeah, we'll just keep going from that side, and now we get that steep, the peak. Let's go ahead and go across. I don't know if these actually have a weird, like, it looks like this is actually symmetrical around, like, both sides being identical, whereas the floor tile is not. See. Yeah, that's actually matches up, so that works. Okay, and then I'll do this until I know where I want to put the windows in. All right, now again, the whole get too close to like something along your side, and it's not where you're looking, it's what's closest to you. It's in the way. There we go. All right, enclosed would be the bedroom area. Definitely feel like I want to split this one up, so we're gonna split it into probably two halves, two hallways. Why not? Which actually means we need to take these out, because I'm going to do it as a now here, because just it's a smoother design. It doesn't have that little middle part right there. And we do like this. Okay, so you got a door leads in here, a little bed there or over there, whatever. And then same thing on this side, basically a hallway. Very narrow hallway. But we'll do it as like right here. Ooh. So the parents, the adults, and kids, we're gonna split this. 3. I'll do. So they're not gonna get the same size room. Okay. How can I do this? Thinking. If we do this, then that's, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then not as much depth there. this here, like that. Okay, so one kid's the older kid. They got dibs on the closet, bigger storage area, which I don't think I want to do a door because the door will swing in. I could do it like that. So it's kind of, we'll imagine, you know, doors there that don't get in the way when you open it. And then we have this kid that basically gets, it's the same style, but it's this whole little section right here. So I guess bed, they'll have a door. It'll be, you know, privacy, so you don't want somebody looking in. So adults, you know, bigger bedroom. We'll make this like the closet space. I'm thinking storage rack, and then like a shelf with a storage box on the floor, and then bedroom, kind of stuff like that. Then definitely gotta have a lighting in here. So probably good. Go ahead and close this up. And I'm out. I might do a beam for the lighting there. I feel like we will need some kind of ceiling lamp kind of thing for the hallway, unless they're going to go around carrying like a candle. All, you know, pre-solar power age type of thing, you know, got candle and hold in your hand to keep it from blowing out. And we'll do some more power. Once I get these trees chopped down, I'm hoping I get a spare maple sapling. And see all this. I think I'll go ahead and try to bring the power poles closer, so it's up to here. That way I have power and I can start decorating with the lighting in mind too. I do want to have, I think on that one, on one side, it's not going to be symmetrical, but I have the roof come out a little bit further to create a, well, maybe not even have it come out further. We'll just have it a lower roof that comes out, like a little side roof that sits lower. So, you know, hey, the rain falls on the topmost roof, it drips onto the secondary roof, goes down from there. We'll have an outside garden area with a little fencing for it. And with that, you know, we get flowers. I might replace it later with some flowers, but for now we might have it where it got like a little bit of actual food production there. Would make sense. Somebody wants to grow their own, like, you know, they like paprika. They want to grow extra paprika. They don't want to rely on the town storage. I got it! I got an extra seedling. Yes. Yes. Oh, and I didn't chop that one down yet. So good. I got an extra seedling I could put somewhere else. Put one up there. I did not. Finally, one. I've got a live stream all the time when I am trying to get maple seeds because I don't get them otherwise anymore. It's like the punishment is I'm not live streaming, so I don't get any additional seeds to drop. Yeah. That seems to be it. It knows if I'm streaming, and that allows it to actually give me a maple seed. Okay, got that. Go up here. Have a couple of lights in here, I think. Yeah, pretty good. So let's get power poles coming up this way. And I'm not going to do a railing here because there's not really a spot. I mean, you fall there, but it's not like a big deal. Railing up here so you don't go walking off the edge. Yes, that would make sense. I just start it like this. Okay, that's enough for the moment. I will need these. Okay, see how far out I can get. We're going to transition, I think, over to this spot. If I can. That's the problem. There. That's not going to work. Too steep. Well, I would need to be able to put the post into the ground like a normal post would be done. Not actually. I'll put it here as a guide. And on all four corners. Touchy touchy. Alright. Gonna get a little cheaty on this. Not really cheaty, it's, you know, fixing what I shouldn't have to fix. Did not have to do it this way. Well, you know, okay. I didn't even think about the fact that it's so tall, it's gonna stick into the ground like that. Let's go this way. Come over here. I think that should work right there. Yes. I do. Okay. Now I can't attach it to the half wall anymore. I guess. Oh wait, that's, yeah. Has to go with, it can't only go to the top of the wall. No, it perfectly works fine. There we go. Alright, now. Not see. Did another half. Yes, so half. Get that extra height. Then we do boom. The side piece. There we go. Alright, tell me it is going to work. It looks like it's going to work. I just can't target. Building drone. There we go. A construction drone. Give us that. Construction drone that I can use for this. And need to fix the terrain stuff. There's way too many spots where it's like terrain is too steep, even though it's not actually too steep. Oh, yeah, no, we're not going with, yeah, we're just going power, and then we skip a pole. Alright, so let's come up about here, there. Nope. Alright, We're going to do a simpler approach. Just going to build from the pole. Thinking that probably is the spot I need to go to. Oh, you know what? Is it that? I don't want it to be super tall. I just need it to look like it goes to the ground. It does. Yes, that's working. I need to get a light. I think I did that. Oh, this side. Oh. Yeah, towards the back. And goes here. There we go. Boom. Table's done. We got light. And this way it'll come up to here. Full height up here, I think. And then we can go up this way. Go down this way. Yes, that should work. And I was, you know, that's actually just easier to go like this. Alright. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that right there. It would not be a problem if we could just build into the ground with something like the pillars, which is a normal expected thing. So hopefully that gets addressed with this next update as far as a quality of life fix, because that is definitely needing to be fixed. Oh, don't. No, look. Oh, God, like just... I go barely too far from the edge. There we go. Ah, okay. So we'll count that as kind of from there. It might feed to a taller one that goes up that way, but we'll go across to here. This. You know, I think I'm gonna do actually build that, take that out. Gotta do half height, and then you gotta have basically a snapping point foundation. I don't like that. It's not gonna let me target it, will it? Uh-huh. Okay. I saw my solution though. That to not that. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, half height. That's right. That's the solution. There we go. Boom. Okay, take this, and that. And now there we go. Look at that. And I think actually I'm gonna go double height on that. Double pillar. Again, you can go and do this. Just build the horizontal piece first, and then attach on that, and it works the same. Yes, that. I say I know it'll reach. There we go. Oh, and you know what? Not that. Oh. Actually, not that. I need to go get another light. Let me just grab both of those that are remaining. And then it'll be time to go make another batch. I'm doing it as an alternating because it's... That one is perfect because going up this way, alternating, it'll have a light up here and a light going that way. So that gives a good junction point right there. And I just remembered I forgot to do something. Turn the thing on. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Got that. See if I can get this to line up exactly where I want it to go. Alright, fine. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. Snap to this. Cannot snap to that. Okay. Yeah, just like that. I'll do that. Like that. And we'll have to do it from this side. Make it easier. Well, don't fall way down. Okay. Again. That's right. Do one more. Okay. And let's go this way. There we go. Alright, take these out. Now, let's do it like that, and double height for it. Yeah, there we go. And time to chop the tree down. And this one, you know, I'm just gonna treat it as I'm chopping it down. Make way, and I can replant it later, you know. Maybe I don't need it to be that tall. Let's go with a half. I could plant the tree and hide it within the tree, kind of thing, but I think I'm just gonna do like this. That's sufficient. I think. Yeah, that's tall enough. Keeps it out of harm's way. And oh, don't you. Oh, I built just far enough out of range. Yeah, I should have gone on that side. That's what I should have done. Here we go again. All this out. And I gotta get a... Oh, there we go. Got it. Able to target it. There's that. Yes. And... Ah, fantastic. There we go. Now, try this again. Boom. Power line. And I am out of power because I just noticed that I got too much power draw now. So, you know, before it becomes a thing, let me go ahead and toss this tree out. That way it is there. And we're going to get one more of these going. Right now. That's going to be the last that has a light on it. for now till I go make some more. And then with that done, we'll get power set up to the house. And I'll just have to bring some more power production. Stick the landing. Come on. There we go. I was about to say, do not tell me that it can't reach. And I think I'll have to climb back up here just to turn the stupid light on, so I'll leave that. Alright, we go. I would like a longer option for the power pole, too. Let me just go ahead and say that. Or a longer option for the cable, I mean. That does just seem painfully short. That's about right. You know, in some cases it is just painfully short. Also why I feel a wireless type, like wireless connection type thing would be beneficial instead. That way you just build like a point-to-point wireless connector. It connects at a longer range by maybe consuming some power when it does so. Make it where you'd be like, here's the point-to-point wireless power transmitter and receiver type setup. No wires needed. Unless, of course, they do want to implement a toggle the wires on and off type of thing. I mean, realistically, you see wires in real life, you know. So it makes sense that, you know, keeping the wires there. But it's also a case of then, you know, if they're gonna... If that's the rationale, you have wires in real life, you see the wires in real life, so why worry about trying to hide them here? Okay, by that same rationale, the wires can be a lot longer in real life, so we need to have an option for, I mean, at least triple that distance. If you want to rationalize it that way, then yeah, it should be at least triple that distance. Also, we need like a corner piece for this, I think. Actually, wireless power transmitter there. We're gonna put that because that way I can connect the wireless transmitter with that and still have it as a junction point for other stuff. So also I'll take that on the other island. There we go. And trees may be grown back by the time I get back here. Technically, I guess I could bring that sky turbine over to help produce power. I'll just need to route some power down that way to get the power going to my stone production spot. Well, no, we'll get a couple more wooden windmills since those are more powerful, and I'll do that to give me the lighting power I need. That and the wireless transmitter. I think that wireless transmitter there will cover the whole house. I could be wrong, but we'll at least cover, I think, the main part. I'll go ahead and make I do a couple more of the standing lamps. Let's get these because they're grown back. See if I can get a maple sapling. A spare maple sapling, that is. And everything should be regrown. I'll just do the same harvest thing as start of nighttime. Actually, I need to go clear my drones first. What I should be doing, clear the drones first. Yeah, see, earlier it was like 9 o'clock. It wasn't this dark. I think the timing got thrown off a little bit. Take that with me. Well, at least we'll take one with me. That'll work. I haven't used that much glass yet over there. That go well. They'll go with me, but for the moment it will go here to get out of the way. As I go harvest everything. And this time, I do need to remember to make some food for the animals again, I think. Yeah, it would not be a bad idea to do that. I'll get all my greenhouse stuff, make some food for the animals, come back, feed them, or restock their food thing. Then I'll load up with this wood, at least the bottom row of wood stacks that I filled in that spare wood storage. And you know, I may go ahead and make some cloth to take with me, because I know I will need cloth for a couple of decorative things. Oops, yeah, the wrong direction. Doesn't matter in the end, but this makes sure I get one at a time. So if I miss a, you know, placement of a seed, then it's not a problem. And I apparently have, no, that's like I was trying to place it. That's like I had seeds in my hand trying to place it because it kept highlighting. Now, mottos, and I missed one again. So I just want a macro, something I can be like, you know what, let me switch and add, like I got macro keys on the side, making one that will basically hit E to collect and immediately emulate the mouse click to replant. So instead of having to worry about my timing, I just go and click, 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 click. And you know, it clicks and does basically both for me at the same time in this. And I know as soon as I implement that, they'll release an update with a literal, like I was saying, a drone that handles it, same way we get the forester drones. No more planting mistakes. There we go. Now to this side. I guess one reason they wouldn't want to do a drone for every type of plant as a end game type of item, like you get the forester, you know, and now you get this. You know, this is at least keeping me busy with something, like farming wise. If I had drones for this, I would be like, hey, I don't have to worry about this now, right? I don't have to do anything with this. The heck? Yeah, okay, yeah. Apparently, I didn't notice I was not planting anything. I don't know where I really messed up. And that... Oh, I did there. Okay, I have... That's where... Yep, again. Talk about the planting mishaps, and I just did exactly that. So... 3 of them. Oh... And of course, I can't just unplant, like, dig that up. I don't think. I haven't tried it with the, hoe. I'll use the hoe to unplant it. Let's try that. Nope. Have to demolish. Seems oversight on that, too. I think it would be a case of you'd have to have something, some way, like the hoe would be used to dig it up. But yeah, this is it's keeping me. It's busy work. It's kind of not the most entertaining, but it's something that keeps me active. I have to worry about managing. You take the management out of this, and you know, you just reduce a little bit of the late game engagement. By comparison, having a forester drone is like the difference. I've had to go and boringly chop tree after tree, replant, wait for the trees to grow, do that. That I see, you know, that's not taking away some of the engagement. That's removing one of the very monotonous parts of early game when you need a lot. And late game, you probably want the extra wood because now you're into that point where it's really all about building and just kind of being creative with it, with your building, which makes sense for you to say, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to sit here and focus on building. I don't want to have to go and do all this wood chopping. I think I pretty much have all of them. Like 20 of each, so we'll just do that. Boom. Okay. Dump here. Okay. And I'm actually gonna keep my cotton this time. Again, because I'm probably gonna need some cloth. I'll go over there, make a couple little decorative things. It is a nice stormy spring. And thunder, lightning, great. I'm gonna be sitting here for a little bit. I don't trust that I'm not gonna be hit with lightning as I go flying in the thunderstorm. So maybe it's not a problem. I just don't want to take a risk of having my stuff blown up and then my death box is floating in the air somewhere for me to go and try to collect it again. Okay, so yeah, I'll run these down. Oh, wait. And there we go. They are good for a little while. Now for crafty tools. I'm going to need transmitter. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get wireless lights at least for the hallway on that new build. So 10 iron, copper, cobalt. Oh, 25 iron. No, silicon, cobalt, silicon. Let me just grab stacks. Couple of those. There we go. Okay. 2 of those for the upstairs. At least 1 of those, I know. I will go ahead and do like a small lamp, just so I have it for that little under the stairs area. So I already got an idea on that. And then, oh yeah, wooden windmill. I need more wood. Go off my power. A lot of leaves. Okay. He's coming back. I believe in him. Like that. Well, almost. I have short a few pieces of iron. One more. That covers me for a while. There we go. And that. What? Oh, yeah. There. Okay. That. Did I? Okay, hang on. Did I use the full amount? Because I don't remember using the full amount. Or did I drop those in the storage there? I don't. Did I accidentally drop them in storage somewhere? Because I had like, it was like still 16, I thought, of the transmitters. Of the connectors, I thought I had 16 more of those. I don't remember using no cables in that, so I goof and toss the. I feel like I shouldn't have done that because these were, you know, click the little auto thing. I guess I used them all up. I didn't think I had used them up. I just had so many of them. I thought I was fine. Take some more food. Got those. Yeah, I think that should be good. And let's see. Where is it? Repair kit. 5 iron. I'm gonna take a repair kit. I just want to be sure that I don't go flying, get hit by lightning, and now I have to, you know, craft one anyway to repair my ship. Because I decided to risk it all and go flying during a thunderstorm. You know, Benjamin Franklin kind of taught us how this will typically go. And hey, granted, look at that. Now the storm's letting up. Perfect timing. Or is the storm only over my island? Oh, I put them there. Okay. I accidentally put them there. That's what happened. For now, I'll just leave that. Well, you know what? Repair kit. It's got damage. Let's just use the repair kit. Even though it's only 20% damage, repair kit is cheap. And I have some trees to chop. So you go ahead and do that. Now, thinking about it, now what I should do is I should have my drones that are collecting from my foresters actually just bringing stuff here. I'd have to build some new drones here for that. At that point, you know, I'm going to eventually have foresters here anyway. I may just go ahead and try to get that going today rather than waiting, and have a set of foresters set up, or, you know, at least one forester drone here, just temporarily get it put in, and it can just sit there and produce trees for me. Give me plenty of wood right here. Just run down, grab stuff from it throughout the day, or throughout while I'm, you know, it's working and I'm working. Still going to do the trees like I'm doing. I want more maple. We don't seem to have a maple variation of the foresters, because there's no difference in the wood type. So, and of course, didn't get anything else, and I'll put one over here. Yep. One there, two up there. And we'll get the power hooked up, and yes, I have turned this on because it did not have power at the time I was doing it. Funny enough, it's now got power over here. I guess it's the wind. I've got enough extra power at the moment that it is like, hey, I can cover this, but then when the wind slacks off, it's gonna cut the lights again, because it's not connected to anything solar. Alright, so that's going there. We got that. Gonna go in here. That's the whole thing that made me say I'm gonna go get that first. Now it's there. We're hooked up. Ceiling lights. So I figure actually I might be able to do, yeah, I should be able to, but it's again, you can only build, can't build in the middle, you can only build on junction points. Go with that spot. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, and the missing half wall. So that goes there on. Oh, and okay, I killed the power. That's why it briefly flashed on, and I killed the power, which means I've got to go add some power, because the other one I won't be turning it on. I don't get that. It's still a case that it has to be turned on only when power is supplied. You can't pull the cord, you can't hit the button Oh, there's no power, so on doesn't work. Right, well, this will cover me for hopefully quite a while. And we're right back to a thunderstorm. Or at least a storm. Hey, that's done. That. Got this. Boom. And like I said, I got a small table lamp. Place here. There. Well, under the stairs. And now we got this. Waiting on decoration. Oh, and the fact I do need to extend the roof out on this side. This is actually where I will do the extension point. I mean, probably you're not actually going to be wanting to come out while it's raining because you're like, you know, wind have a tendency to blow some of that rain in your face. You've been sitting out under a nice roof. But maybe it would be sensible to do it like this too. At least to give some support on the edges. There we go. Boom. Come out. Little rocking chair or whatever over here. Actually, I did chairs on the other ones. Pretty sure I did rocking chair, yeah. Let me do that. Oh. Storage shelves, yeah. Let's at least do that so I don't forget that this is supposed to be closet space. Well, that's another object. Okay, that's they can have one in here, the adults at least. And the elder child can have that. How is that colliding with another object? Why? No, I'm taking this out. Also, just noticed I need to, you know, fill that in. Okay. Yeah, what the? How is that colliding? It's gotta be that far out on both sides. That's not right. That should go in. That absolutely 100% should be able to go in there. Oh, that's annoying. You cannot tell me there's a legit reason why that should be designed to not fit right there. Come on. There's definitely no reason it shouldn't be able to fit in that spot. Just throw it like right here. Okay. And of course now the outside edge of each roof piece. You don't want to go right up to the, you know, in technicality, I don't have to do that. I could just do the end piece like that. We'll just do that. So having it stick all the way out, just that tiny little end piece. Because that way it doesn't look as extra. Yes, I did. Alright, so cap and cap. That goes out just a little bit further. And then, like I said, on this side, way I'm going to do it. Ooh, yes. Well, I can snap it that way, apparently. That's a wall. Okay. So You know, I'll do it this way. I don't want to go all the way up to the edge right there. Okay. I'll use that little trickery. Pull this out. Okay. That. I don't think it's actually stackable either, too. Sure, I can find a way to make that work. But for now, I'll do that. So I feel like that should just connect with it. Like right there, you see how it lines up? It should just connect to it. Why is it a separate thing? Yeah. Okay, so we got that. Time to hoe for a change. I'm gonna do it like this. And this may be one of those where we actually, I don't do a sprinkler. I just have it be, this gets rain, and they are responsible for bringing out the water. It's not that far away. Come on, you know, they walk down there, get some water, come back up, water the plants, you know. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna leave it for now and see how that does. But that, yeah, there we go. We got a little outside garden. Oh, what happens when you're so busy you don't pay attention to eating? I may throw greenhouse like glass over it, but not at the moment. Oh, not that new window. Map like that. I'm thinking this will swap. No, actually not. We'll do the same thing. Nice little regular window. Oh yeah, like that. Maybe regular window here. Kind of want to come out and look out. And ooh, I need clay. I'm gonna need clay or bricks for it. Thinking actually, yeah. Leaf. God, I need to bring some brick, because what I'll do is I'm actually gonna do a flower box, I think, out here for it. I could do that. We have it like, you know, it's here, it's easy to get to. You know, want to water it. A little decorative thing there. Not sure about this side. That's kind of a hard to reach aspect right there. Oh. Good thing I don't have to actually use these that often. I'm thinking for the front. Where is it? Ah, there. I need to make some cloth. That's why I brought the cotton. So, go make a swing. Let's see if this will. Is this fit well enough here? Technically, yeah. Technically, the swing can fit here. Okay. You know what? We'll just do it like that. Come out. Ash, you know what? No, because it's the whole standing structure. If it was like attach it to a ceiling kind of thing, I would stick with that. But for this, we'll put the swing out here. Nice little swing. And then for the back, we'll just do like the rocking chairs sort of thing. Oh, actually, I need some sticks. Yeah, let's do some rocking chairs out here. With like a small fire pit, not the big fireplace. Hopefully, you know, we get like yes, outdoor fireplace. Give me a smaller fire pit. You know, something that's like a brazier type of style. It's like something smaller you just put out there, decorative fire kind of thing, stuff like that. You know, I'll get back to. So we got our second house done. Obviously, we're not gonna put a light going for that. I think I'll chop some trees down real quick. So we're gonna need this clear for me to do some work. And yeah, in the middle right there, don't want that. There we go. And I'll go ahead because I think I have enough. I don't. Chair. Oh, I got an extra maple sapling. Did I forget to plant one? Or did I just end up accidentally getting a maple sapling with one of the trees? I just forgot to plant one of them at the... Nope, those are there. That one's there. Did I just not notice I got the maple sapling right at the very end, or did I get it from a bush? Nope, those are there. Okay, that's weird. I don't remember getting it. But birch. I think, you know, we'll put a couple. I don't want them too close. I don't want the leaves cutting into the wall. And we'll swap it out. Little variety. Since this is kind of to the side, well, half, I guess. All right, I'll let that go, and then sapling. Keep these together for now, so I have enough that I can start using them for decoration. Like moving them around. Hey. Still not the prettiest house, but it works. And there we go. So we got the second house, kind of, you know, this one split maybe just a couple. They haven't done, they're not having kids. They don't have kids, no plans. So they're a little bit more free. Again, the whole aspect of you walk up here and you look in on your neighbors. Probably don't want to do that. It's a naughty thing. Go ahead and, because we don't want to accidentally have somebody walk off the cliff. You know, gotta protect people from making bad choices, or just, you know, not paying attention to what they're doing. Oh yeah, we'll just go. Again, keeping to natural design elements as much as we can. I'm gonna keep the big boulder, and yeah, we'll just probably good idea to go ahead and just do it like this too. Somebody will end up climbing the boulders like I did, sneaking around, risk falling off that way. Yeah, go around like that. But you know what, that's fine. Just let that. Still keeping the boulder, but you know, we'll have the safety railing. Now, definitely a house here. I feel like that's decently, you know, flat enough. I could do a house there, kind of right in this area. Also, definitely a house over here. This is coming out. That's probably where I'll do the next one. That's why no skylights on that side. And just for keeping it out of the way right now, give me a chance to kind of redesign a bit once I get the house in place. Yeah, so I'm going to start at the back, because if I start at the front, I'm going to run into height issue. So we'll start at the back. Okay, go with that. One. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's the middle. I can do it all, expand the whole way back. There we go. Okay. Invert. Yeah. Yeah, that's just gonna stick out, so we're not gonna do that. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. We'll make this kind of like, well, so we'll make this a longer width house. I'll do it this way. All right, and I'm out of wood again. These can go ahead and start getting a little decorative. I think, yeah, that'll work. See how much I actually have left. Okay, we get a little bit more. I'll go back for some more supplies. I did those, so I need, well, no. I forgot to make some standing lamps when I was over there. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep this kind of thing going. And that will come up here, and we'll have one house here, another one kind of, well, I guess I can't do it like right there because that's a path. So there may be a smaller house over on this side. Nice little cliff overlook. Technically a path, but not the best one. I don't know if I'll worry about doing maybe railings, maybe not worry about the power on that one so much. But yeah, we can do a house there and a house kind of back up around this area. And of course, path going up to this. We don't want to obstruct this. Where else would I build? This might just end up being social area. Let's say that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4 houses right there. I can get a 5th house on that side and maybe number 6 up there. So 6 different houses. Actually, if that's clear enough, I could do number 7 there. Then I would have to run power down that way. 6 or 7 houses, I think, is a good one. 6 or 7 couples slash families, and then, you know, I'll do some of the production over there. I figure right now probably throw a drone over there, start producing some trees. Oh, what was that? Berry bush that I never jumped down to collect. Okay, yeah. Okay. Again, keep your orientation the same so that they line up. Now, corners. Just easier. Just need each corner. You know what? This one, I'll change it up. Because it's not going to show that cross brace. But you see it's got the top piece that shows differently. I'll do it on this side because of the added height there. Oh. Yeah, apparently I can't just place the wall. Okay, so let me try this. That's it? Oh, nope. Okay. Let me try this. Okay, yeah, never mind, because I can make it work. But it means I still have to stack a lower one like that all the way around. And it breaks the stacking where I don't do it. You know what? Maybe I can make this right. So I got that one done. That's again, problems with the way this works. So if I can actually even do that, I'd have. Okay, yeah, that's gotta come out. All of it. I gotta do it from one side the whole way in to make this work. So I take that out. Right. Oh, no, wrong way. Yeah. I need to start from this side. So the reason for that is as I build across, I'm losing a snapping point. So here I'll have that one to snap to. And that works. So as I get to this side, if I don't have this outer piece, then I don't have anything to place it against to have it basically handle the snapping. So I gotta go in and do this. Yeah, this is definitely one of those things that should not be this frustrating in the game. Basically, it's like it's creating a bottom snap point there that I can snap to with those walls, and I'm not going to worry about on this side. That's just it. It's done. I am on this one compared to the other buildings. I'm going to actually focus on building in the very center, as that being the door part of the house. And you know what? I know what I'm going to do a little differently. Not a full porch, but kind of like an entryway. And I'm going to do it. Go down. All right, so yeah, this again, stuff that should not be as frustrating as this, but is. Of course, I can't. It's not going to work. I can't do it. Can't aim low enough, so I can't do a post. Can I do the post? Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's forget which things actually work with rotation versus the orientation. Some stuff, there's no value in it rotating. Let's see. Nope. What's that? I'll do it this way. I go like, no, that's right. I have it snap the top. I could do it like that. Do this at least. Okay, if I go with this, creates that snapped look for it. Do it there. Actually, that don't really matter as much because we're gonna have stairs. Idea being like, yeah, we're gonna create a front entryway, not porch, but like, you know, you walk up, got a separate little awning over that. That's gonna come out. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that out. Like that. That actually works. And now I gotta do that again. And I know I cannot snap to that. Why would you be able to snap to an existing thing? You know? So it creates that, and then of course we'll just have the wall, like that. Yes. All right, and I'm out of logs again. So yeah, one has a full-length porch. One house has no porch, just straight up to the door with railings. I will do railings on this, and the one's gonna have this kind of small little open, you know, like just a little spot while you're knocking on the door, you're covered up, and that makes me think about the fact that I didn't do any kind of cover on this beyond that. Maybe so that must snap to another building. That is not a building, apparently. Yeah, again, must. There's just quite a few building issues in this game that they really need to address. Okay. Oh. That last tree I planted probably is not fully grown. Okay. I'll go get stuff at the other base, the main outpost. That there. Nothing there. Okay. So we'll dump that. And that, just so I don't carry it with me. Brick. I need to bring some brick this time, so I can remember to build flower pots and such. Well, let's take a look. We've got that extended up there. I need some standing lamps so I can extend the power up that way. I got the new house there, so I do need to extend power for that. I think get another house there. I could probably get one down below that, and then one or two up there. I should have enough power to cover all of it now. And fairy lights. Still want to kind of do the fairy lights as a lighting for the bridge there. That's literally no power. Just keep going. Oh, there you go. Get my food. Okay. Let's see. Again, gotta remember take some brick. So we'll take that. We got spare stone. Yeah, too much spare stone over there. So we got that. Get this, because even though it's nighttime, I need to let them run and get some more in the morning. For now, I'll just dump those. Along with, yeah, I got leaves in abundance, so I'm gonna sell it all. Yeah, these are, well, yeah, I think they are fully grown again. So we'll see if I can get an extra maple sapling. Yeah, you know, I just thought about it again. I need to try the fishing on that island, because that is a later, like mid to late unlock area island, because it's cobalt and the stone location. I need to try fishing there and see what I get with the little metal fishing thingy. Probably gonna be nothing worthwhile, but maybe I can luck out with like the maple saplings as a reward. Really, I need to go to one of the winter biome islands and test the fishing thing there to see how good of a resource I get. I'm to do plants again. This, please chop, and you know what? Let's just see how much they ate. From 32 to 11 already. So, what, like a single day cycle? For two-day cycles. So I do need to go ahead and make some more food. I should be able to top them off with this next harvest round. Then I need to decide eventually what plants I want to, just for the fact I don't want to waste stuff, I may put a sprinkler in at that second house for the outside garden. Not to be like they actually are using that, just put one kind of there to cover the plants to make sure I don't have a problem with them being dead because of lack of watering. And then I can see which plants I have maybe an extra seed for. And then just make a couple of seeds. I think it was 8 plots I put there. Kind of leaning towards tomato and paprika seem like they would be a good choice for somebody to want to grow. They like tomatoes, they like paprika. Corn doesn't seem like it would be a good, window area garden type prop. You know, it seems like it would be one you'd want to have further out from the house, from not being right under a window. So that also, you know, I could just treat it as a not food but decorative garden there. They just like sunflowers, so they want a bunch of sunflowers. We are getting decorative flowers with the next update, but I think they are just placeable decoration. It's not like you have to actually go and do a grow bed and grow them. It looked like it's just placeable decoration. And that's where the problem is. I messed up again. I missed one of these somewhere up there. Also, sometimes the power lines get in the way. So that would be another benefit of having the high power lines when you're not building or connecting the lines. Not just from the visual aspect, but they do get in the way. That's part of what it is. Sometimes I'm lined up where it's acting like the line is in front of me and I'm not able to target the grow bed, the plant again. Right there, right past it. I'll take the cotton again, because I will need it for decoration stuff, so not a problem. There we go. That's done. Just make some animal food real quick. Run back down with that. And I started from the left side last time, so we'll do carrots first. Tomato. Oh, no, keeping that. Yep. Actually, let's see. Yep. Berry bushes could make sense under like a windowsill. I kind of thinking, yeah, again, the paprika and the tomatoes, because they've got the growing trellis aspect. Maybe a watermelon, because it'd be a nice little ground cover one. Wheat, corn, I think are too tall for it. Maybe carrots. I mean, let's see. Paprika, tomato, carrot, watermelon, 2 of each. You've got the full set right there. You've got 8 grow spots covered. That might be what I do in the end for that other, for the second house. I've taken those, yes, with me, and that, no, that. I'm taking the brick, so taking that brick. That can go, both of them go. I want plenty of wood. And those are growing. Yeah, okay. And that's that. This gives a bunch of wood for building it. I'm gonna let these go because they don't have to go very far. So really, this should be a completely full pickup again. Well, as full as it will work on that. There we go. Okay. That's done. I did not feed my animals. And get rid of that. And then I don't think I tossed any wood in on the storage here, so I'll leave it. Now, go here, give you guys food. Fantastic. Look at that. Pretty much fully stocked now. Before I go, I do want to get some standing lamps because I do want to make the additional connections for the third house to have power. So let's get like 4 standing lamps. Assuming I don't have. Oh, I got solar. Okay, so standing lamps, iron, copper, cobalt. I'm really thinking of just go ahead doing a forester over there. Just to be like, okay, now I've got a forester that is going to work for me over there as well to help with what I need. And of course, I'll take it out later and move it. So birch saplings. Yeah, that's there. I got enough for 2. Okay, so birch saplings. I got the wood. I remember it says 4 circuit boards, 16 cobalt, and 1 metal axe. Okay. Actually, use up circuit board. Stack of cobalt. And door. 1 metal axe. Durability does not matter. We're gonna make a forester. Take him with me. Should have enough power for that. All right. Let's see. Iron, copper, and cobalt. There we go. Yeah. I'm just gonna do it as. Wait. That. Yeah. 2 stacks of 15 each because it's 5 per. And now, boom. All right, got that. If I run out of power again, I will go and get another wooden windmill. I want to kind of get this going, and maybe after this house, I'll actually start working on the power platform and the power setup, so that instead I can have all the power done. And I'm kind of thinking of adding a tower, or maybe a couple of towers, not like big tall tower like I did with that one over there for the dock, or at the dock here and that one. I'm thinking on the backside with the power, like a short platform spot that lets me build some of the sky turbines raised up a little bit higher, and lets me kind of intermix them with the wood windmills, so that the sky turbines will stand out more, taller up. Yes, I was able to break just enough. Yeah, like up there, some kind of platform. I'm trying to think of how I would like to do that, make it look good at the same time. Take that, take that, that. You know what? No, keep those because I'm about to do a bunch of lights. So, yeah, go build. First things first. Place down this guy. Apparently I need a very good spot for it. It's not permanent, it's just to help produce some wood for me. Alright, so it's not ideal right here, but it will at least help. For now. There we go. Get to work! And now I can, Alright, so we're gonna go with right about here. That. collisions. Okay. Okay. I gotta hear him. Sound effect, basically almost like he's peeing. And that is just gonna be a plane. And oh, really? I don't need it to go along the cliff edge. I need it to go along the path. So that might be a split right there for something. Don't want to have it go across the front of their house, though. Don't you do it. Okay, you know what? Fine. We're gonna, I'm gonna make it work here. We'll replace that. I'll get this done. No. That. Get that out. Nope. There we go, like that. That will now go here, and that will come out. There we go. All right, Jenny, go enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy dinner. We'll go maybe another hour, and then I gotta go so I can start my dinner. All right, try it from right there. Right there, that. There. And now, fancy standing lamp. And boom. Okay. Street light. Yep. And we'll just continue up this way. Up here. Cross, I think, whatever spot here. Cross up here to create the power spot for that. Actually, if I'm gonna... Well, no, yeah, I was thinking the house over on this side. Kind of like a... You know, a house right up here. Smaller house. You know, somebody who wanted to live in a nice little spot, but didn't have enough resources to do a really big house. Kind of keeping to the path goes right past there. So, you know, small little whatever this area is for their house. You know, even with that, you cannot build down below it. It just does not want to snap under. And you can't snap to that. Like, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I think at least one of those would snap to the pole if it is so picky on you having the pole snap to something. all my drones are done, so I don't want to send anything over there. Okay, that turned out pretty nice right there. My extra trees are kind of now in the way. And I forgot to make a sprinkler. I wonder if I can do the sprinkler where it will cover a larger range because of where I'm placing it. I'll place it on top of that. Does it spread enough to cover everything? That'll be a good test. For now, I need to keep this going. So, another here, right there. Right there. Boom. And that. Another one of these. Ah! I knew it. I was trying to tap. Just enough. And there it goes again. Apparently, with that, you get a big, sudden movement boost. Yeah. Alright. And so this, I'm thinking, come up like real. Alright. Fine. Right about. It does seem like you get a little bit more range if you go very slowly. Sometimes I move quickly and it's like, oh yeah, the won't reach too far. And then you go very slowly and it suddenly is like, oh yeah, actually that does work. On. Yeah, see? When I came from this side, it didn't want to connect. I go from that side and do it slowly. It works fine. I think right about pretty good. That. Oh, missed. Ah! Yeah, you get like a weird, super fast deceleration, movement control over as you're falling. Ah, stuck the landing. There you go. And ah, I'm not jumping down there for that. You're watching the phone while cooking. See, could not stay away. Knew it. Had to come back. Ah. And I missed the stairs. Come on. It's like, there we go. Okay, so that's going to be power to the house. Now, back to actually building on the house. bring... Yes, I got glass, so do that. Help me remember where the middle is on the back wall. I'm gonna say, if I build up there, that's like the tallest area. Well, except for I did go up there earlier, and I was like, wait, that's not gonna reach or work very well. Yeah, not building up here. That's a very short area next to that. I mean, I guess technically I could build on this area. Kind of gives me a spot, but it seems like it's a little small. Like the little spot over here is gonna be. So I'm thinking this is like the premier house. This is like the wealthiest person, the one that's got the best, whatever. Even though it should be, and it froze again. It should be, you know, fair distribution. You know, everybody is doing their part. Somebody always has to put in a little extra effort, get a little bit more. Maybe they are, maybe we give them like a nice little, you know, to the side, their own greenhouse, maybe over here. Something that's like a little greenhouse area attached to their home, so they make a little extra in their trades with the other people. So we may actually do a full second floor on this with an attic space, small attic space to work around the limitations on the height angles for the roof tiles. Okay, that done. We're not done. I'm out of wood. I'm gonna harvest my maple trees. Hopefully get another spare sapling or two. And then I'll check on my forester guy. That's gonna help as far as getting more trees or more wood without having to go back as much. Really, the maple trees, I like where they're placed, so I keep putting them back. Keeping kind of to the natural layout, the way the designed layout for the island is. And then I'll clean up and put in the extra spaces. Like some of these trees are going to come out because that's just in the way. I think, you know, I want to get through, kind of gain the power. Well, I got the power kind of hooked up to there. I want to get this house built. At least the actual main part of it. And then I think what I want to do after that is actually work on overall power production, getting the actual power setup going up top. That way, as I need to add some more power for more lights, I will already have the basic layout started, and I don't have to redo it later. There we go. Sometimes the trees, I think, just they're very slightly jiggling, which is why it acts like they haven't fully fallen over yet, and you get some of these cases where it's like takes forever to recognize that the tree has been chopped down. Come on, sapling. One more sapling. I don't need to forget I have the brick. I need to actually do, now that I'm collecting some leaves. Second house, do a couple of planters, window planters. May actually go ahead and do that on the first house too, after I get this. Well, this was the magic one last time. This is the one that gave me the spare sapling. Come on, do it again. It did it again! Look at that. It actually did it again. I got another spare sapling. I got two instead of one. And it's the same location, the same tree spot. That's kind of interesting that it's actually coming from the same exact tree every time so far. Every one of them I've gotten so far has been from the same tree. Yeah, let's go ahead and do one red, one yellow. Remember how I did all this? Yeah, we don't need that there. Do the red one here. All right, let's just assume that the window's open. You can open them up, even though it doesn't kind of look like it. So on that one, yeah, we're gonna have the windowsill planter. And I'm gonna do another red flower box. It's gonna go here. That. May end up moving that because apparently I'm hitting that light on and off all the time instead of actually looking at the table. You know, might as well go ahead and I'll put a couple bushes out to decorate and use up some of the, at least like that, you know, it gives us that little part. I'm gonna take some of those out. Okay, so that, back to this right here. What I have, yeah, I think this is the largest foundation size yet, so I want to make this into the big house, you know, the wealthy person house. So we're gonna have a full second floor with an attic to fits the extreme height we're gonna have with our rooftop. We could dig into the ground and terraform. I dig out a spot and make like the rich family with the leper child that has to be hidden away in the basement. You know, there's stories of that, you know. I have the ugly duckling child or whatever, something's wrong with it, and they put it in the basement. Harold and Kumar, well, not first one, but the Guantanamo Bay one. Go to Guantanamo Bay. As Missy Powell, I think it's Missy Powell is the woman, plays the woman character, and then their guy, and you know he looks like a redneck hunter, takes him to what's like a shack on the outside. The inside is an immaculate, super fancy, you know, living setup, and turns out they're brother and sister, and they got a Cyclops kid that's locked up in the basement. That yeah. That's what I'm kind of. We'd have this, you know, it was playing like everything else, but inside it's the biggest house, super fancy, and you know, we'd have a basement where, you know, be like that's where the kid that nobody knows they have is locked up, as they you know, something went wrong. But we'd have it'd be like a terrible horror story type situation, but we have it. Yeah, these are the flowers I think we're supposed to be getting with the new update. I'm thinking of noticing that. I'm gonna try some fishing in this pond. Yay! A leaf. Just what I always wanted. Another leaf. My day has been made. This is why I don't like fishing in games. Is this kind of stuff. Horrible RNG results. I got a carrot and it's got some cotton. I mean, that's... Oh, clay! I'm so ecstatic, you know. More clay. Yes, we're stopping that. I'm eating the carrot. I don't need it for anything else right now. That is, yeah. Well, I don't like fishing in games. I don't like fishing in real life. It's the same disappointment. We'll go ahead at least on this. Let's do a, well, I'm out of wood. Oh, yeah. I'll do like the front covering for that. You know, the entryway part. I think the way I'll end up doing it is like that. You know, it's like you don't need it to be that big, really. You know what? I know how I'm gonna do it. I want to do the end like that. Let me do this first. I'm not gonna do that. That's the three-sided. Okay, I see where that corner is now. That one right there. I think that's, of course, I'm all that, and I'm out of wood again. He's not fast enough. Let's come to take out trees that are definitely in the walking path kind of area. And I forgot to get the sprinkler still. Remember, go do that. I know I chopped down 2 trees. See, like that right there. The trees don't care about how steep that is. They're gonna grow anyway. All that is causing problems for you when you try to place them down. It's just limiting you. That sticks up further than the other part, so if it'll work. That, and then well, that's not the right visual style. Alright, take that out. Nope. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the end caps like that. I'll just do it like, alright. I want to make it a little fancier, but it just non-cooperative. There we go. Walk up. You got this fancy entrance. I'm thinking fairy lights or something like that. Maybe they actually have an overhead light fixture there. Oh yeah, this is definitely the fancy home of the island. Okay. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do a straight stair set. Oh, like that. That's a good spot right there. And then, well, no, because I am going full height. I put against the edge. That's fine. Boom, walk up. There you go. Maybe build the kitchen under that or something. I don't know. But, alright, so we got this. That gives a nice view there. I definitely feel like we need to take advantage of maybe the view over here. On at least the upper level. That might be a good thing, is like turn this into the greenhouse. We have a built attached to the building greenhouse. As part of like, we're the fancy people on this spot. So we do that. Oh. Alright, we will go this way. I think I'm gonna stick with the wood basis for it, and then we'll just throw the extra, of course, greenhousey, that's a word, greenhousey walls to it. I'm thinking I don't want it to kind of reach the whole length. We want to keep it shorter, kind of like that. So doorway in, and we got like a little path, kind of walks in a little bit. Let's just get to that right there. Well, might move it right here instead. Now I need more wood, and he's not helping enough. All right, done that. Not worry about that. Fine. I'll just take this. We'll get a little bit more done than as I want to get power kind of fixed up there, so we'll switch to doing that, which will take a lot of wood to actually do all the power because of the windmills. But now I can just worry about the layout of it all. I'm just gonna do it like this. I ain't gonna worry about the special arrangement like I was doing on that other spot. With the full height walls, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I got those two. I'm thinking maybe actually just put the wall there, that there, have a doorway out. You walk out, we'll do a sprinkler just to keep the crops healthy, so they don't die. But the realistic part would be they are actually watering them themselves. Okay. The maple trees are not grown yet, so we'll just run up this way. And let's look at the what I want to do here. Got that. Thinking that's just foundation. So let that open. So I got this. Again, I want to do like a shack or something like that. This is more right here is to just walk out, have a view. You know, we'll make this as like you're not just coming up here, you know, to deal with power. We're coming up here to also enjoying a view point. I may close this off and turn that into a walking area, I think. Oh. May focus more on the sky turbines with this one, just for the idea, as I was thinking of building a platform that they can go on, so they're higher up, they're visually more prevalent when you're flying towards the island, and when you're down lower you see them up in the air like a beacon, almost like a, you know, the big blimp. If I do that, I could actually build it where you can walk through all of that. I'd also be advantageous to try and do it. Well, no, I know I can't build the wooden windmills on that. They won't build on a foundation. But the sky turbines will place at a certain point along the edge of a roof tile, the angled roof tiles. Yeah, okay, now I've already got myself stuck where I don't know how I want to do that after all. And I'm holding out for the update with the solar panel tiles to place that on the buildings. I'm going to do that. I'll put some of the solar panels that will go on the roof tiles so that we do have, everybody's got their own solar power just in case, kind of thing. I'll use some leaves up. Let's actually get inside. Do some decorations. I'll put my brick away, but I got hanging plant. Oh, actually perfect. Let's go get my bricks and I'll do that. I don't want to go overly bright with everything, like too many lights. So I won't just start filling in everywhere with the ceiling lights. I want to keep it more like a house would be. You know, you go in, you might have a, well, obviously we don't have a wall switch. I guess technically I could set up the switch lever thing so I could turn them on and off as far as the wireless, but then if I do the wireless, it turns off all of these, like the little ones. So I want to do it kind of more mood lighting on the houses. Kind of like the smaller looking option there. Yeah, like that. Put it right there. Try the big hanging one then. See how big that is. It says large, but it's not really that large looking. There, because it kind of feels like it works. Breaks up the monotony of the beams. And something I need to keep in mind. I may do like a community. We don't have a big bonfire type thing, you know, larger campfire, so it'll probably be an outdoor fireplace, but like a community area too, like a little park community setup. Do need to try get some fairy lights going out here, I think. Indoor fireplace. Let's go ahead and do that while I have the supplies. That actually will make a lot of sense on the big one up here. So I can just put it down temporarily somewhere. You know what? On. Right. Somewhere in this vicinity. There we go. Yeah. Good thing, you know, some games, I can't remember for sure if it was No Man's Sky on one of them, but you had a fireplace and it had a fixed height chimney that had to be placed at a certain spot. Otherwise, it would not stick out of the roof. It was like, and if you put it too low, it would stick way too high out of the roof. I can't remember which one. I want to say I feel like it was the forest added that, but I could be wrong on that. I just know I remember a game where it had a fireplace you could add in, and when you did, you had to do it at a very specifically fixed height because the chimney was attached and had a very specific height it would do. So I'm glad we don't have that here, because I would be, you know, probably wouldn't use the fireplace if that was the case. Honestly, it's just, I can turn, I can't, you know, hold to look around in this one, but that actually looks pretty decent. It's not amazing. You know, it looks like a sleepy village at night. Got No, like, massive lighting all over the place, not light pollution. Look, I mean, you got street lights to help you find your way. Maybe a little bit of lighting, like, see, from the houses. That's a sleepy little village. You know, that's kind of what I wanted. Something of that styling. And yeah, let's head back. And I kind of want to do some fairy lights already. I keep saying I need to do fairy lights on the bridge, so I do need to make some fairy lights to bring back and play with that, because I like to see how that looks as you're flying up. And then, oh, I gotta get a lot of supplies. I'm not going to do anything with the animals, anything like that this time. No plant greenhouse work. Not even gonna, well, I need wood, so I'll get the maple trees, see if I can get another maple sapling. But mainly what I'm gonna try and do is there. Just collect wood that I have available. I'm gonna go ahead and get this so that they will go collect in the morning as soon as it is daylight. Which, okay, yeah, got that. It's AM storm, so I better hurry. Probably will not make it in time, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go ahead and get. I got glass there. Should have enough glass for what I need to do as far as the greenhouse at the moment. So 2 sprinklers. May go ahead and do the what I was talking about, the plants. Get like 2 of each type so I can make that kind of mini greenhouse for the big house over there. Or, well, I'll get it built and the sprinkler and everything, but I'm gonna wait so I can mess with the power layout, how I do that. So I'm not stringing cables all the way through everything. At some point I may actually have enough maple saplings that I can actually be decorative with them beyond what I've been doing here and have to keep coming back to get more. The one thing you don't get with the robots, do not get more saplings. You still have to do the manual thing of chopping down trees to possibly get saplings. Maybe that gets changed with the update, where you still have the occasional, minor chance, but occasional chance that it's going to say, hey, I got a sapling. It goes in one of the inventory slots. It hoses up that inventory slot where you can't get anything else in there at the time, but worth it if you're getting some extra saplings. Or, you know, turn it on and off. Do you want to be able to get saplings? Is that, you know, that's something you turn on or turn off with the actual harvester? Like, go here. Ooh, yeah, take that. One pack leaf. You come here, saplings, check or unchecked. Check means you can get saplings. Unchecked means you can't get saplings. Or that they effectively toss, you know, the saplings away. That would be just a simple way to do it. You know, you don't want the saplings, fine, turn it off. Okay, plenty of wood at the moment. Yeah, sprinkler. Yeah. There. Iron, copper, 10. And 2 sprinkles. Put in. I'm not even gonna hook them up. I just want to make sure I have them in place for that. I'll figure out how I want to do the garden stuff. Actually, the big house I'm gonna have to redo. Think about different crops to put there. Probably the same ones in the end, really. You know, maybe the big house belongs to seamstress, clothing maker. So that's how they got the resources to get the bigger house. They expanded because they got a greenhouse where they grow a bunch of cotton, so they can produce the clothing and other fancy cloth goods for the whole village. So they make a little extra trade value from that. That could work. We could just make it. They have the big cotton production greenhouse right there. You know, cotton's not essential to survival in terms of food, and I forgot the fairy lights. That's what happens. We're at, oh, yeah. We're going for 3 hours now. My brain is getting way more distracted on stuff, and I just really probably did a bunch of damage to this. I honestly want to know how bad the damage is. Timmy distracted me. I looked at him, and it's his fault. It's all Timmy's fault, isn't it, Timmy? Just staring at me. Like, I ate my snack. Where's my second snack? He's not even asleep. He's just like, want my snack. You know, like, you forgot about second snacks. We have first snacks, but not second snacks. Also, it'll be interesting to see if, well, okay, the roof is not protecting it enough. It'd be interesting to see if that water actually affects it down there. It may not, because of that little sphere, the sphere of influence, that may not reach. I might just do this one on the, because of while it's showing that there, it's not exactly a sphere, but it kind of implied it against the wall there. Yeah, see that sphere up on the wall. It may not have any effect on it. Alright, if I can just get it just right, I might crop across like this whole area. Oh, and I didn't crop the glass. Okay, just get some this going. Oh no, not that. Problem with would not be an issue if things were symmetrically designed, but they're not. Get the lengthwise like this. Burn through all this wood because I got plenty from the other spot, and get time to recoup while I am over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this house. I kind of do want to experiment with this kind of structuring. Thinking like not the X, but the L shape. So we have, or not L shape, the T shape. So basically, like the sides coming up, you know, like that, and then one coming in from the back. So we create this side in, and then a you know, it's flat at the back and front. That definitely may be something I end up waiting for later. But this is way up. Basically, this is the height of this room. It's gonna go like this, up like that, and then at some point I'll, you know, like maybe like right there, attic space kind of thing. And hopefully we'll get a option for a ladder we can climb up. So I can instead do the ladder thing. I think I would like that a lot better than doing another set of stairs up to the attic. But moment, get this going. Guess I need a way to get up there, so that. And so that creates that little half height effect there. Like that. Yeah. And then okay, short on wood again. That's fine. Yeah, big elaborate house. So kind of creating like, here's this part goes up here, this part goes here. The back side will be a slope down, and then the front will have the angle like this coming off that T. And that way on the attic side, I can throw the dormer thing out there, so it'll have that where it's got the little attic look. You know, I just think of that for attic space. You know, like on the houses, like, oh, you're up in the attic and you're looking out from the dormer down. So that will be a slope up that way too to the central point. I'm just got to figure out where that point needs to line up. Here we go. Okay, we got that. And I have to figure out how I want to do the power for here. And then same thing, just goes up. Top. That's definitely going to end up coming out. Let's here. I can visually play with that. Okay, yeah. Turn it the wrong way. The T. So that kind of thing. So, well, okay, I got this turned the wrong way then. I do it front to back, like, you know, this side angle up, and then in the middle I do a thing like that for the attic. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to experiment with that. I may end up taking the whole roof thing out and redoing the rotation for it. I traditionally think of houses like more that style, but we can do, which I can still do with the dormer. It's just a case of it would be that, and then it would also be, you know, on this side, that kind of point. I'll have to think on that. In the meantime, I do have some more trees I can chop down. And we'll do that and call that the wrap up for today. Food taken care of. There we go. Did not get lucky, and this time it gave me a bonus sapling. I did get, what, 2, 3 extra saplings this time? I think it was 3, yeah. 2 that I saw when it happened, and 1 that somehow I don't remember seeing it happen, but it happened. And the time I played between last live stream and this stream, I got 0 saplings from multiple rounds of chopping down the trees. So it seems that I only get saplings now when I am doing a live stream. But there's no difference in the wood type. It's all wood. It's just a case of I want the saplings because I want to have that color mixture where I can control. I mean, we got tons of birch and alder all around. Don't have a lot of maple trees, so I want to get more maple saplings and have it where I can have the trees for cosmetic use. And it's we don't exactly have a way to produce tree seeds in the game right now. And the answer to having so many tree seeds build up because you're chopping down trees is the fact that you use at least the birch seeds to produce the robotic tree guys, now I can't even think of the name, the forester drones. It's the whole thing, but it's birch. It's not alder, it's not maple seeds, it's birch seeds. Apparently birch trees are the best one for the forester to deal with. But it is starting to fill in. I mean, I would love something better for power poles, and again, you know, getting rid of the power lines would be nice in terms of visuals, especially in certain cases you don't want to have them, but you know, make do what we can. The fact is, this is starting to really fill in nicely as far as the living side. Technically, I could really like just rip through the entire other side where I'm going to do production stuff, and you know, it's a lot of trees over there. There's plenty of wood. Start clearing some stuff. I mean, the part with that is I definitely have to worry about the power infrastructure over there, because what's the point of putting in all this good stuff for, you know, a greenhouse, like the actual, or multiple greenhouses for different crops, maybe do smaller greenhouses because of the amount of space, and then have, of course, well, the drill spots, have the forester will get moved over there eventually, turn that into the production area, so they live there, they go over there to work. So a lot of that stuff does need me to go ahead and kind of put in the power infrastructure for it to actually be usable to any extent. And I really don't want to have to deal with just doing that many power poles. I might do that between now and the next stream, but as I'm making good progress with it, I figure 1, maybe 2 more streams just to get the everything built, really. And I just gotta really think and play around with the interior design. I'm not a decorator, you know. For me, it's about not being cluttered looking. But you know, you see some of the promo pictures and such, and it's like, it looks great. But also then I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is really cluttered. It feels like you'd have to tiptoe through there like you're in a hoarder's house, you know, like the show Extreme Hoarders, I think it was called that. Yeah, you see the one where like they saved all the newspapers and it's just stacks of newspapers and you have a narrow path carved through to get through the house. Like, I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like having a cluttered space. I want like a nice clear path to walk through, easy to get to what I need. Granted, I fail at that in real life, but this, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna have to play around with some of the ideas for that. And again, we're gonna get a new update, so you decorative stuff too. I know at least flowers and such, postcards, map thing stuff, I think it was mentioned. Don't know what else. But that's yeah, there we go. That's fine. There. Dump this stuff. And the reason why we're doing wood and not brick over there, because I would not even be anywhere close to what I am now if if I was sticking with entirely doing brick buildings over there. No way I'd be even half as far as I am on that build if I was relying on brick. This would not be happening. But yeah, I'm not going to do a big greenhouse. I'll do something smaller. I still am going to do decorative stuff as I actually get maple saplings to spare. I kind of want to do something up there, like maybe a little park kind of thing. We get some more automated drone options, like similar to the Forester. I have room up there for that. And then, you know, do some kind of nice stuff along the pathway. This is fairly done as far as it's done as far as the functional stuff. A little more decorative stuff there, like playing with the tree placements and such. But it's the other island that I gotta really try to figure out how I want to do some of the other things on it. It's a bigger project. You know, you see, plenty of room in here. I don't want it cluttered. Turn the fire on or off. And we're gonna get more decoration. So I maybe not be a case we get to the point where I just have to wait about the interior decoration until we get updates. And don't know when the new update will be coming, but we know there is one coming. So let's go ahead and start wrapping up for the day. Timmy? He's like, now I'm not looking at you. I don't want you to bother me. Come here. Come here. Oh, fatty. Fat boy with a birthday coming up this week. That's right. In 6 days, his birthday. He will be 11. 11. Trying to get his hands up for 1 and 1, but 11 years old. Quite old. He's an old man. Isn't that right, Tim? You're old bogey. Old dude. Does not want to be on camera. Well, all right, hold you up here. Yes. Happy birthday to Timmy, because it'll be the day after his birthday. So yes, early birthday, Timmy. 11-year-old old man. You stay there without jumping on the keyboard. Good. Doesn't want to look up. So I do this. Oh, scratch that spot. Oh, okay. So yeah, we will. I already got him a toy today. It's not really even a toy. It was like a keychain. But it's a squishy, plushy thing. No squeaker. Just fine. He'll just have it to chew on and shake. And I gotta get him some treats ordered. Because he's about out of his favorite twisty sticks. Because he is such a fatty. What? Not fatty. You are a fatty. Yes. So, yes, we will still do this next week, despite Timmy's birthday. Being Friday, no calling out for that. So we will do this next week. Same time, same place. But go enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your weekend, as we are going to try to. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.